Yes, guys, what's going on? Hashtag Short here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. And here today, boys, we're back with another player review. Literally just uploaded the St. Just one. And we've got another man from the most recent team of the week. And it's the fella, Bruno Fernandes. Or should I say Penandes? Penandes, that's what he gets absolutely memed as, isn't it? But the man, Bruno Fernandes, boys, a brand new Inform. Now, obviously, I'm aware that Bruno has already got a better card, a Champions League card. However, this one, I thought it'd be great to review because, one, he's literally been one of the most meta CMs, especially last year. He was unbelievable. He got a Team of the Year card. He got quite a few Informs that pros were using for ages in their teams, obviously because of how good his links are. But yeah, one thing that's amazing about him is his price, boys. Now, under 200,000 coins for a Premier League centre midfielder with these kind of stats, I thought it'd be great to review him, lads. So, we've got the man Bruno Fernandes, 5'10", high work rates. It's kind of weird reviewing a centre midfielder, boys, because I'm going to play him at cam in a 4-1-2-1-2 in this video. However, this is a man that you can defo play at, CDM if you want to, as your sort of like, more like attacking CDM, if that makes sense. A support role kind of player. And you can also play him, at CM in a 4-4-2, or, you could play him CM in a 4-1-2-1-2. We're playing him at cam in a 4-1-2-1-2 here. Jesus, I'm saying so many numbers. But obviously, yeah, it's interesting because he's such a well-rounded card. Now, the defending is obviously not unbelievable, but before we get into all of that, 5'10", high work rates, which is interesting, along with 4-star skills and 3-star weak foot, which is a little bit disappointing. But then going into the in-game stats, lads, we've got ourselves a very, very amazing card here. Now, I've put a Hunter chemistry style on him. Now, if you were going to play him at centre midfield, boys, I'd 100% advise putting a shadow on this guy. Regardless, though, we want to get the pace up. So it's either a Hunter or a shadow. Get to 89 acceleration and 85 sprint speed. The shooting, boys, is amazing. Now, I'm really going to test out his shooting a lot, obviously, in this video, because at the end of the day, 94 finishing now, 95 shot power, 93 attack position, and, with all these plus stats are absolutely great. Look, 99 penalties as well with Penandes. Hopefully, we can get a penalty with him. But the passing stats look absolutely amazing, boys. Now, one thing that's a bit of an issue when I look at it is the agility, lads. 82 agility is... I've just dropped the controller. I almost had a heart attack then. 82 agility is not the greatest on him, but the other dribbling stats are really, really great. Like 93 reactions, 89 ball control. And then along with 92 stamina as well is really, really great. So we're going to play a few games of champs qualification with this guy at cam, fellas, and we'll see how the man can pop off. Quickly, we'll go into his traits, and Jesus on toast. Solid player, leadership, flair, long passer, long shot taker, playmaker, Jesus Christ, and outside the foot shot. So we'll definitely try and give all of that a go, boys, especially the long shots and the outside the foot shot. So let's jump into some games now and see how the man Penandes can pop off. Well, what an interesting start to the game, boys. Okay, he's not playing, but we're just going to test a Bruno long shot anyway, because he's not playing. Well, that's just a decent start in the review, isn't it, chaps? Jesus Christ. I mean, obviously, I've literally just looked at his stats and seen that he's got the long shot taker stuff, etc. Yeah, sorry that guy wasn't playing, but I thought, what, let's just test the long shot then, because that, that's something we can test. Very, very good. I'm interested to see how he is as a well-rounded CM, lads, because at the end of the day, that's what we're looking for out of Bruno Fernandes. Nice little tackle there. That's what we want to see. Bruno. Look at that range of passing, lads. That's obviously one thing you're going to get with Bruno that's unbelievable, right? Is his passing stats are like top tier. Here he goes, the big man. Good burst of pace. Shot cancel. Green. Hui, nice little bit of play. Really, really quick off the bat there. And that's what we like to see, fellas. Where is Bruno? I'm doing another long shot, lads. Screw it. Whoa. I mean, the keeper's saving a few of them, but his shooting feels great so far. Bruno. Driven pass into Icardi. Ooh. Absolutely mess up. Shot cancel. Bruno, 1. Boys, the dribbling. We take the lucky goal, I'll be honest. But the dribbling with him felt amazing there. Amazing. By the way, fellas, some of you mentioned in the comments about timing shots. And saying, like, don't time shots too much. Because obviously you want to see what his normal shooting's like. So obviously we're going to try and do that as much in this video as possible. That's untimed. Fellas, you know what? I was just saying about how I wanted to do shots like untimed and unbelievable. Wow. That is honestly, seriously, lads, when you've got a midfielder in FIFA that can do long shots like that, you have got yourself like such another edge of being able to score in a game, if that makes sense. Okay, Zaha has actually just... Third time lucky? Third time lucky there, boys. Nice. I mean, I don't think we have any question about the shooting at 87, lads. For a centre midfielder with this kind of shooting, you're in the absolute money with him. Bruno. Look at that pace, boys. Look at that pace. Boy, should be scoring that really, but he's fast. He's fast, lads. I tell you what, with a shadow on, I'm feeling some local pace here. Go on, lad, run. Run. Can Bruno outpace Hakimi? Absolutely not. Okay. Okay. We get a little bit found out there, boys. Go on. Look at the aggression, lad. Go on. Go on, Bruno, lad. Go on, fella. Going toe-to-toe with Hakimi. That's what we want to see. Go on, Bruno. Left foot. Ah. Fellas, that's got to be a goal. Do you know what I mean? That's like a 90% chance of going in. And it's definitely down to the weak foot that he takes that weird shot. Surely this one on the left boot. It's kind of on me, that one, a bit too much power in it. Said I wanted to try the weak foot, and I regret trying it. That's not regret. Like, it's just not good. It's not good to have that on a centre midfielder. Lads, these long shots are single-handedly winning us games here. This is ridiculous. I'm purposely not even timing these, lads, as well, just to try and, like, yeah, obviously what we spoke about earlier in the video. Left foot again. Yeah, boys. I mean, obviously, I always want to tell you guys my honest opinions, right? And like, you don't want Bruno in front of goal on his left foot. It 3-star weak foot is such a problem in FIFA, I'll be honest. Lovely little play. That's what we want to see, boys, from your cam. Great bit of link up, and then you can always rely on... Literally, boys, Bruno's shooting on his right foot. Unbelievable. You can rely on it. And obviously, you guys have seen the long shots are absolutely great as well. I don't really think his pace is like a downside, you know. Like 77 pace, it's not like slow. And he doesn't feel bad at all with a hunter on him. Look at that for a turn, boys. Lovely. His agility does not feel like much of an issue, I'll be honest, at 82. Because I was looking at that at the start and thinking, yeah, that's going to be a big problem, like, on someone you're trying to turn with. But his turning feels alright, lads, honestly. Go on, Bruno. Bruno into Zaha, and we get the goal, chaps. He's just really nice to dribble with. He really is. What an absolutely great card. Go on, big lad. One more with Bruno, lads. Come on, that. These long shots are an absolute disgrace. He is unbelievable at them. Right, guys, and that's all the games finished with the man, Bruno Fernandes. 3 games, 8 goals, 1 assist. As you boys would have seen, the long shots absolutely popping off from France, Colombia, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago. You name it. Unbelievable to play with in terms of shooting. Literally, that was winning me games, and you guys will definitely experience that as well if you pick up this card. Quickly, we will just look at a few cards similar to Bruno Fernandes, and then we'll go into the overall end page where we look at all the ratings that we've given him and the pros and cons, etc. So guys, first player I'd consider extremely similar to Bruno in terms of the way that they play in game is Nkunku. Now, this man has had loads of inform cards on this game, so he's very juiced up. Now, obviously, one huge difference between them is the fact that this guy's got 10 more pace than Bruno. Obviously, I'm extremely aware of that. They're similar in terms of height, the way they play in game. Obviously, they've both got the 4-star skills and the 3-star weak foot. And they're both, like, quite well-rounded. Obviously, Nkunku is definitely a better option, 100%. But that's someone who I'd consider he plays similar to in-game. Similarly to a man, Savania, as well. They've got quite similar pace. Bruno obviously excels in the shooting more, but again, similar passing and very similar dribbling. And then this guy's better in the defensive and physical stats. But again, we're looking at a sort of a well-rounded centre midfielder. And then finally, to finish us off, I went with Dele Alli. Now, these are totally different in terms of height, but again, they've got the 4-star and the 3-star. And then they're really similar in pace, and then obviously similar in the shooting, passing, and the dribbling department. Obviously, this Dele Alli has got 95 dribbling randomly out of nowhere. But they're 3 cards I'd consider him similar to, boys. Let's now jump into the end screen where we look at the pros, cons, and all the overall ratings for the man Penandes. Right, guys, and into the end screen for the man Bruno Fernandes. Now, starting us off, we'll go with the pros with him. And firstly, how can we not say it right at the beginning? Long shots. Jesus Christ, guys. I've never, honestly, so consistently, almost every shot I took with him went in long shots wise, which is absolutely great. And like I've mentioned a few times in the video, it can win you games. Making sure you've got centre midfielders that have shooting stats is so important because it can literally win you games where you don't have to completely open up your opponent and score from outside the box. So that's a very nice luxury to have. His finishing was really good on his right foot. And whenever I was in the box, any kind of shot I would take with him, fine, bangs in. Obviously the weak foot, which once we get into the cons, I promise you, we'll talk about that. But on his right foot in the box, he's absolutely great. Another great pro is his passing as well. Like, he doesn't have 90 passing for no reason, boys. He'll absolutely be fine for you in that department with 92 short passing and 89 long passing, of course. Another pro I would say is his dribbling, lads. Dribbling slash agility is really, really good, to be honest. 82 agility, it did not feel like that in game. It felt more like, you know, 85 to 90 agility, which is exactly what we want on a cam slash centre midfielder. Now, as I've mentioned through the video as well, I would say he's better off as a centre midfielder in like a 4-4-2 or something, or a CDM in a 4-2-3-1, but have him as your more like attacking option, if that makes sense. And also, guys, his links as well. He's in the Premier League. He's Portuguese. You know, he links to CR7. He can link to Cancelo really well. Obviously, Diaz is going to be getting in the team of the year. That could be a great player he can link with and that kind of thing. So that's all his pros there, boys. And into the cons, we have got ourselves, first off, obviously, the weak foot. Really not the greatest with Bruno Fernandes. And as you guys would have seen with a few of the shots I was taking, and they weren't going in, bad weak foot is never great on a player. And that's another reason that I would say to play him a little bit further back in centre midfield. And I don't think you'll see, you know, the bad weak foot as much. Similar to like Frankie de Jong, for example. Because you play him at CM and not cam, you don't see the bad weak foot as often. And then I kind of had to search, boys, because his pace really didn't feel that bad, especially with a Hunter on it, or like I've mentioned a few times, a Shadow on him. But I would say the defensive stats could be a bit of a problem, like in terms of like, you don't want him as a CDM, right, as your guy to win the ball back, but he obviously can do it a little bit, which is why I'd say definitely get a Shadow on him if you're going to use him overall as a centre midfielder. And then finally, boys, just his strength. Again, I'm searching from the bottom of the barrel, but if we're honest, he's not the strongest of players and he can get pushed off the ball a little bit. So that's all the pros and cons with Bruno. Let's now jump into all the overall ratings that we're going to be doing for him. And starting off with the overall rating, I've gone with an 8 here. And I've gone with an 8, boys, because at the end of the day, he's a Premier League centre midfielder, got amazing links. The price is not too bad as well. And we did a lot of good stuff with him. And that's why, as well, I'm going to put the value for coins, boys, like I just mentioned about the price, at an 8 out of 10. I think just under 200,000 coins for a Premier League CM, with all the attributes he has, is a very fair enough rating, giving 8 stars out of 10 there. And then the pro slash meta rating, we're going to go with a 7 stars out of 10. I think this guy can go into pro teams, although I'll be surprised if we see Bruno in many pro teams, lads, to be honest. I don't think he's going to be in there too much, just because of all the other options we've got currently. And 77 pace is not the greatest. That's why I've gone down to 7 now. Obviously, I know I mentioned the pace is good, but at the end of the day, if we put a Hunter on Nkunku, you know, he's going to feel even better than Bruno. So that's why we have to be harsh in that category, because we really are talking about top pro cards here. And he definitely can have an argument in there. And is he rank 1 / Elite Division ready? Absolutely, boys, he is. A well-rounded centre midfielder in the Prem, and he's definitely good enough for that. And that's why we've gone with an overall rating of 8 out of 10, which I think is pretty fair enough considering the price. That's what we always want to go with in these reviews, boys. And we're always taking into consideration how much we're paying for the card and then how they perform in game as well, and like combining it together, if that makes sense. But that'll be the end of the Bruno Fernandes review, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all on the next one.